Welcome to the Supernatural Occurrence Studies Podcast YouTube page. I'm Jason Knight, your host. I am kind of doing a solo cast at the moment from Oakwood Cemetery in Farmington, Michigan. This afternoon, I found myself in Detroit for my big boy job, and a coworker of mine, who I will call Terry K. Hey, Terry. Ex-United States Air Force, very analytical man, said to me, Jay, if you're going to be in the Detroit area, you got to go and check out Oakwood Cemetery, and specifically the Oakwood Cemetery Enigma. And Terry proceeded to tell me that at Oakwood Cemetery, there is a spot where you drive down a certain hill. I'm on that hill right now. Drive down the hill, get to the base of the hill, throw your car in neutral, and some unseen strange force will push your car back up said hill. So I said, Terry, are you kidding me? He said, no. I said, come on. He goes, yeah. So here I am. I got out of my big boy job early. I'm here in the cemetery. I have located the hill where it supposedly happens. And I'm just going to roll this video and show you guys something or maybe nothing. But I do want to point out, I do want to mention that there is nobody else in my car. I'm going to give you a quick look around. No one here. No one is going to be driving, putting things in gear, steering. It's just me. All right. So no one in my driver's seat. No one in the back seat there. All right. Both sides. Nobody here. Just me. Hopefully that worked. Let me try that again. No one here. No one sticking on the floor. It's just myself. Okay. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick up my Tascam. Listeners and viewers, this is the infamous Tascam. I am going to unpause the Tascam. I paused it so the podcast listeners, Supernatural Occurrence Studies Podcast listeners, didn't hear me do an intro twice. So what I'm going to do is unpause this and continue recording, and our listeners and viewers will be able to see and hear exactly what happens. All right, podcast listeners, I am back. I have caught up YouTube, and as I said, I'm here on the hill. I am alone in my car. Make sure and check out Supernatural Occurrence Studies on YouTube for the footage from this little excursion. You can see my car is completely empty. No one here, no one hiding, no one's going to be steering, putting things in gear, and so forth. It's just myself. That's important to know. I'm going to zoom in my iPhone here. There's that, it's hard to see, but there's Miller right there. That's the marker for where to put your car, where to park your car in neutral. There used to be a big old gnarled tree with a knot on it off here to the left, but I'm thinking that curiosity seekers, too many curiosity seekers, were using that as a milestone. And maybe the cemetery cut it down. But you can't take down a tombstone, so I'm going to use Miller as my marker here. All right, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to back up the hill. I'm putting it in gear, putting it in reverse. There we go. I'm showing on YouTube. There's reverse. And I'm going to back to the top of this hill, because what they say is you go in top of the hill, put your car in neutral, and then showing that, hey, I'm in neutral, and this car is definitely rolling downhill. So let me steer back here a little bit. You can see I am going backwards. I am in gear. So now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the car in neutral. And I'm going to take my foot off the brake. Clear the windshield here, sorry. Snowy, cold, slick roads. So if this thing does go backwards on slick roads like this, we got issues. Something's happening. So I'm in neutral, not putting my foot on the gas at all. I don't know if you can see down there, but feet are off the gas, or off the brake, off the gas. And clearly, I'm going to make this stationary. Clearly, I am rolling downhill. Okay? I'm rolling downhill. Let me straighten the Tascam. So I'm going to keep this going until, interesting. I've stopped. There is quite a bit of snow on the ground. Maybe I hit a rut. I'm going to give it a little push in drive. So I'm going to switch over to drive. Let's get a little push. Yeah, you could hear the snow crunching, the tires crunching on the snow. So now I've just put it back in neutral, and I'm still not moving anywhere. I'm going to pop it back into drive. I think the snow is stopping me from rolling downhill in neutral, because you could hear the crunching of the tires. So it can't pick up enough momentum when in neutral because of the snow on the ground. That's what I'm guessing. All right. So I'm at the base of what would be considered the hill. All right. At the base of the hill. Now I'm going to put this car into neutral. I'm going to take my foot off the brake, and son of a bitch, I am picking up speed. There's nothing, I'm not accelerating at all. All right, there we go. There's my feet are completely off brake and gas. I am in neutral, and I was just pushed back up that hill, and I've come to a stop. I'll bet you if the snow wasn't here, I would continue to go, because I could feel the car trying to lurch back a bit, so it's trying to continue to go in reverse. Wow. Well, Terry K, you were right. That worked. I'm going to put it back in drive. So I'm back in drive, foot is on the gas, letting off the gas to go back down to the foot of the hill, back down to Miller. Okay, so I'm going to put my driver's side even with Miller here. I should keep my arm on the armrest to try to keep this camera steady. Popping it back into neutral. Back into neutral. Foot, I'm going to show on YouTube here, foot coming off the gas, moving directly back to my driver's side, passenger side, excuse me, and I'll be damned, I'm rolling back what clearly seems to be uphill. Still in neutral. Still in neutral. This is nuts. What the hell is this? Again, I'm not a geologist, a physicist, whoever the hell would study something like this, but visually, it clearly looks like I'm going uphill. Going uphill. And I'm still going. I'm still being pushed. Listeners, you gotta check out this video. It's wild. Oh, go. All right, so right about here is where it stops. Wow. All right, I'm going to put it in neutral, foot off the brake. Neutral, foot off the brake. I'm sorry, excuse me. No, I'm in neutral, going upwards, right. And I'm staying back. It's not rolling forward. Some force is keeping me up at this point. This is wild. I don't understand what's happening. Optical illusion? I'm not sure. But let's do it again. I'm sorry, I'm going to do this again. All right, going back into drive. Foot off the brake. I had to put the foot on the brake, of course, to switch into drive. And now I'm rolling back downhill in drive. I'm going to come up to Miller. There's Miller. You know what? Let's go a little past Miller. Let's get crazy. Let's go past. This Range Rover's got to think I'm nuts. All right, so I'm quite a ways. Let's go a car length past Miller. Go a car length past Miller. Where's Miller? There it is. All right, going to again. Going back into neutral. Foot off of my brake here. And right away, I'm going back. There we go. Dude, this thing is moving too. Holy crap. This is really moving. Look. There we go. Foot still off the brake. And right there, I hope, maybe the Tascam picked up that sound, but I just hit some deeper part of snow and it stopped me. I believe I did go further this time than the last couple times. Maybe I was able to gain more momentum going backwards. But, man, I don't understand. Oakwood Cemetery, Farmington, Michigan. The Enigma. The Enigma is true for all intents and purposes. I don't know what's necessarily happening here. I did want to. I told the podcast listeners that I brought a bottle of water, just for the hell of it, to see if I get out. So I'm going to put the car in park. Car's in park. I'm going to... How am I going to do this with only two hands? I want to get out and pour some water onto this hill and see what it does, which direction it runs. If it runs backwards, I'm out of here. It's too much, too freaky. So, let's see, how can I do this? So I'm just going to keep this video rolling. I'm going to uncap the water here. This is just water, as I said. I'm not desecrating a cemetery or anything. Let's not get crazy. The Tascam, I'm going to kind of cradle in the crook of my arm so you can pick up my voice. Get down here. This guy's going to think I'm crazy. Alright, but yeah, you can see deep snow. So if that wasn't there, I guarantee you I would have been going back much, much further. So, here we go. Let's try to find a clear area here. Something I could... Here. There's Miller. There's Miller right there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of clear out some... It's all ice. But it shouldn't matter. Let's see what's going to happen here. Where's my hand? There it is. Let's see what's going to happen here. Oh, come on, you can't tell. Cannot tell at all. Damn. It just gets sucked up into the ice and the melted snow. Let's try that again. I swear to God, it looks like some of that trail went back. The water trail went backwards. It's cold out here, guys. I'm sorry, I'm shaking. God, I wish you could see that. Let me see. Watch closely. Let's see. Damn it. Looks like that part right there went up. Like it went up. I'm not sure. It's very strange. To hell, I don't care what this guy thinks of me. I'm going to come back down to Miller, give you a visual of where my car is parked here. So you can kind of see, that certainly looks like it is going uphill. Certainly look like where it's going uphill. So listeners, I held the Tascam hopefully not too far away, but I'll just repeat myself. I just want to give a shot of where I'm parked. So I'm parked about halfway down what I'm considering the hill. You can tell that thing does come up around that bend and down, definitely downward. Unless, again, it's an optical illusion, but it certainly doesn't look like it. That really looks like a hill. So I just went backwards up a hill. I don't know. There's a look at the cemetery. My car went backwards. It's crazy. I think this is a fun little bonus episode. Not going to get the Range Rover license plate, but not a big place. So, the other thing I promised the podcast listeners I would do is bust out the level, the iPhone level, the app. Now, unfortunately, I'm going to have to stop the video here because I need the app. But what I'm going to, so definitely if you're watching this on YouTube, check out the Supernatural Occurrence Studies Podcast on iTunes, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Spreaker, Player FM, anywhere you listen to your podcast, you can find a Supernatural Occurrence Studies Podcast and listen for what happens with the level. But I'm going to sign off of YouTube for now. I would say that this Enigma is real. Don't know what it is. I know this area was very large Potawatomi Indian population. Maybe there's some strange energy here. We know wherever Indians have settled, there's also lots of paranormal activity reported current day. So maybe there's something to it with the Potawatomi connection. I don't know. I'm not from here, from Chicago, in Farmington. I was here on business, so I don't know anything about the area other than that Potawatomi was here back in the day. So, all right, YouTube, signing out. Hit that bell, subscribe, because we put up a lot of cool stuff. So, all right.